his words that describe you are, and I quote,
Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now please, don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be that his head wasn't screwed on just right, or maybe that his shoes were too tight. But I think the most likely reason of all was that his heart may have been too tight.
But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve hating the Who.
I hate the Who's.
Staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm-lighted house windows below his attack, for he knew every Who down in Whoville beneath was busy now hanging a mistletoe wreath.
And they're hanging their stockings,
He snarled with a sneer.
Tomorrow's Christmas is practically here.
Then he growled with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming.
I must find some way to stop Christmas from coming.
For he knew tomorrow he knew all the Who girls and boys would wake bright and early.
They'd rush for their toys, and then, oh, the noise. The noise. That's the one thing he hated. The noise. Then the Who's young and old would sit down to a feast. And they'd feast, and they'd feast, and they'd feast. They'd feast on Who pudding and rare Who pizza, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. Every Who down in Whoville, the tall and the small, would stand close together. Christmas bells ringing, they'd stand hand in hand, and the Who's would start singing.
Wahoo Forest, Wahoo Doris, welcome Christmas, bring your cheer.
And they'd sing, and they'd sing, and the more the Grinch thought.
I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 50 years I've put up with it now. I must stop Christmas from coming, but how?
Then he got an idea. An awful idea. The Grinch got a wonderful, awful idea.
I know just what to do.
The Grinch laughed in his throat, and he made a quick Santa Claus hat and coat, and he chuckled and clucked.
Come here, Scott.
What a great Grinchy trick. With this coat and this hat, I look just like St. Nick. Now I just need a reindeer.
The Grinch looked around, but since reindeer are scarce, there are none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch?
No!
Then the Grinch simply said,
If I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead.
so he called his dog Max.
Come here, Max. Come on.
Then he took some red tag and tied a big horn to the top of his head.
Then he loaded some bags and some empty sacks on a ramshackle sleigh. And he hitched up old Max, and the Grinch said,
Giddy up.
And the sleigh started down towards the homes where the Who's lay a snooze in their town.
All the windows were dark. Quiet snow filled the air. All the Who's were all singing sweet tunes without care. When he came to the first little house on the square.
This is stop number 1.
The old Grinchy claus, and he climbed to the roof, empty bag for his coat. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight pinch. But if Santa could do it, then so could he Grinch. He got stuck only once for a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue, where the little Who's stockings all hung in a row.
These stockings
He grinned.
are the first thing to go.
Then he slithered and slumped with a smile most unpleasant around the whole room, and he took every present. Popcorns and bicycles, roller skates, drums, checkerboards, tricycles, popcorn, and crumbs. And he stuffed them in his bag.
And now,
Then the Grinch very nimbly stuffed all the bags one by one up the chimney. Then he stopped in the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast pizza. He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took the last can of Who hash.
Then he stuffed all the food up the chimney with glee.
and now I will stuff up the tree.
Uh-oh, shit, keep the
And the Grinch grabbed the tree and started to shove when he heard a small sound, like a coo of a duck. He turned around fast and saw a small Who. Little Sidney Lou Who was not more than 2. The Grinch had been caught by the tiny wee daughter, who got out of bed for a cup of cold water. She stared at the Grinch and said,
Santa Claus, why are you taking our Christmas tree? Why? I thought you'd give us presents, not steal our Christmas trees.
but you know, that old Grinch was so smart and so slick. He thought up a lie and he thought it up quick.
Why, my sweet little tot,
The fake Santa Claus lied.
one of the lights on this tree is not working. I'm just taking it to my workshop.
Okay, Santa Claus.
And his fib fooled the child. Then he patted her head and got her a drink and sent her to bed. And when Cindy Lou Who went to bed with her cup, he went to the chimney and stuffed the tree up. Then the last thing he took was the log for their fire. Then he went up the chimney, himself he was a liar. On their walls he left nothing but hooks. He left nothing but hooks and some wire, and one speck of food that he left in the house was a crumb that was even too small for a mouse. Then he did the same thing to the other 2 mouses, leaving crumbs much too small for the other 2 mouses. It was 15:15 dawn. All the Who's still in bed. All the Who's still asleep. The Who's packed up his sled. Acted with their presents. The ribbons, the wrapping, the tags and the tinsel, the trimming, the trapping.
3,000 feet up the side of the mountain. Crunch, he rolled with his bow to the tip top to jump it.
Cuckoo to the Who's. They're finding out now that Christmas is coming. They're just waking up. I know just what they'll do. Their mouths will hang open a minute or two, but the Who's down in Whoville will cry boo-hoo. That's the noise that I can hear.
So he paused, and the Grinch put his head to his ear. And he did hear a sound rising over the town. It started low, then it started to growl. But the sound wasn't sad. Why, this sounded very merry. It couldn't be so, but it was merry, very.
Fahoo forest, Fahoo forest, welcome all who's far and near.
He started down in Whoville. The Grinch popped his eyes. Then in shock, what he saw was a shocking surprise. And the Grinch, with his Grinchy feet ice cold in the snow, stood puzzling and puzzled the country.
How could it be? It came without ribbons. It came without bags. It came without boxes.
And he puzzled 3 hours till his puzzler was sore. Then the Grinch thought of something he hadn't before.
Maybe Christmas doesn't come from a store. Maybe Christmas, perhaps, means a bit more.
And what happened then? Well, in Whoville, they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the minute his heart didn't feel so tight, he whizzed with his load through the bright morning light. And he brought back the toys and the food for the feast.
And he, himself, the Grinch, carved the pizza.
Here you go. Here you go.
Introduce yourselves and the parts you played.
My name is Taylor, and I was narrator 1.
My name is Kaylee and I was little Cindy Lou. My name is Summer and I was narrator 3 and child.
And my name is Melody, and I was the dog Max in narrator 2.
My name is Kyle. I was the Grinch.